Hello everyone, welcome to the next lecture on the CSIR NET July 2025 solution. Today I will explain you how you can solve all those questions related to the linear algebra. Myself Dr. Harish, you can follow and subscribe my YouTube channel where you can find the solution related to the real analysis, complex analysis and many more lectures in this playlist. Now, always remember students what I told you in my last minute real analysis lecture. Fine. This is last minute revision lectures. Whenever you will see any question related to the matrix, any question, then you can always solve either with the help of the eigenvalue or you can solve with the help of the rank of the matrix. So I can use the same approach in solution of all these 5 to 7 questions asked in the examination. So whenever I will see the matrix, there is no word of the matrix, so I can never use the eigenvalue. Is there any word matrix in this question? No, I can never use the eigenvalue. There is a word of the matrix, so I can solve this problem either with the eigenvalue or with the help of the rank of the matrix. If you look for this question, they are talking about the kernel of the F. So kernel of the F is related to the rank nullity theorem. Fine. So I can solve this problem either with the help of the eigenvalue or the rank of the matrix. Similarly, it is a concept of the matrix. Again, this is the concept of the matrix. So I can solve the problem with the help of eigenvalue. This is the only easiest way you can remember. There is no need to look here and there. Fine. अब इसी अप्रोच से स्टार्ट करते हैं. सबसे पहले आपको क्या बोला, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स इक्वेशन. सो दैट विल बी यही होती है आपके पास लैम्डा स्क्वायर माइनस ट्रेस ऑफ द लैम्डा, फाइन, प्लस डिटर्मिनेंट ऑफ द मैट्रिक्स. और आपको गिवन क्या है, द ट्रेस ऑफ द मैट्रिक्स इज माय 7. दैट मींस माइनस 7 लैम्डा प्लस डिटर्मिनेंट इज द आंसर. तो देखिए यहाँ पे माइनस ऑफ लैम्डा चाहिए, पहला ऑप्शन तो आपका कैंसिल हो गया. फाइन. नाउ लुक एट द फर्स्ट ऑप्शन. देयर इज अ ट्रेस. अगर एक मैट्रिक्स ए है, you have the two eigenvalues lambda 1 lambda 2, then what is the trace? Trace is the sum of the eigenvalues. Fine. Sum of the eigenvalue is my 7. If you have the matrix A square, what is the eigenvalues? Lambda 1 square, lambda 2 square. Then according to the second equation, the trace is my 29. Fine. Now from these two equations, you can clearly say lambda 1 is my 2, lambda 2 is my 5. Why? 2 plus 5 is 7, 4 plus 25 is 29. But if you want to solve them, how? You can squaring the first equation, then you will get a square plus b square is my 29 plus 2ab, which is equal to 7 square is 49. After solving, you can easily get the value is my 10, and the product of the eigenvalue is nothing but my determinant of the matrix. So that means it's a plus of 10, but it's a 27. It's a minus of 10, and the right option is the fourth is the right answer of the problem. Okay, look at this another one. F5 denotes the 5 elements. How many 2 cross 2 matrix with the rank 1? चलिए सबसे पहले मैं आपको एक टिप्स दे देता हूं. ओके, उसके बाद आपको ये क्वेश्चन काफी आसान लगेगा. If you have any matrix of m cross n over the field FQ with rank R, fine, R की बात कर लेते हैं. Then the number of such matrix are my product. I varies from 1 to R minus 1 into Q raised power number of the rows minus Q of the I. Similarly, Q raised power number of the columns minus Q raised to power I divided by Q raised to power number of the rank. What is the rank? Minus Q raised to power I. This is the general formula used for the any problem. Now if you compare them, what is the number of the rows? 2. What is the number of the columns? 2. What is the rank of the matrix? 1. And what is the field? Q. F of Q. Q is my 5. Fine. Then your answer is, if you substitute R is 1, so R minus, sorry, it starts from the 0. Sorry. I is equal to 0. So when R is equal to 1, it's a 0. Therefore, I is my only 0. Fine. Now you can substitute the value. Q is my 5. 5 raised to power 2. 5 raised to power 0. 5 raised to power 2. 5 raised to power 0. Divided by 5 raised to power R. R is my 1. into 5 raised to power 0. 25 minus 1, 24. 25 minus 1, 24. 5 minus 1, 4. It is 6. 6 for 24. 144 is my right answer of the problem. Fine. So always remember, you can write this formula in your copy so that whenever in your future examinations, if such kind of the question will ask, you can get the answer in a 15-second time period. I hope you can really like and comment on the video as well. Chaliye, look at the next one. X is my R vector space of all those twice differentiable functions. X कैसा होना चाहिए आपके पास? It's a twice differentiable function. So can you provide me any example which is a twice differentiable? Constant functions. All those polynomials, I can write the polynomial. Let's say x, x square. Fine. Twice differentiable. Sin x is a twice differentiable. Cos x and so on. फाइन, यही आपका x होगा. कोई भी फंक्शन जो ट्वाइस डिफरेंशिएबल है 0-1 स्पेस के अंदर. देन कंसीडर द लीनियर मैप phi which are defined as phi is mapping from the x to r cube. Fine. Then which of the following statement is true? Dimension, kernel of phi is a finite dimension. Dimension of this k is my finite. X is my finite. Can you find the dimension of the x? Because it is an infinite, so dimension of the x is my infinite. Fine. So that fourth option is surely is the cancel. Fine. Now how you can define the kernel? Kernel is by using the rank nullity theorem. That means if I use that is a range of the phi, fine, plus kernel of the phi which is equal to dimension of the x. यही होती है rank nullity theorem. Or you can say dimension of the phi, dimension of the domain is the rank of the phi plus nullity, or if you write as a dimension then it will be here. Fine. How you can define the phi? Can you define the matrix phi? What is the size of the matrix? Number of the columns 3 into dimension of the x. Fine. तो क्या आप इसका रैंक निकाल सकते हो? We all knows if A matrix is m cross n, then what is the rank of the A? Rank of A is always be less than equal to m cross n. बच्चों ये वाला लेक्चर आप लास्ट मिनट रिवीजन लेक्चर का जरूर सुनिए. द सेम शॉर्टकट ट्रिक्स आई हैव एक्सप्लेन इन दैट लेक्चर टू. फाइन. सो दैट इज माय m क्रॉस n. इसका मतलब इसका कितना हो जाएगा? मिनिमम ऑफ 3 एंड इनफाइनाइट. सो दैट इज माय 3. इज इट ओके? नाउ लुक एट दैट. Range, that is the dimension, is my finite number. Less than equal to 3 is my finite, but dimension of the x is my infinite. तो अब ये infinite कब होगा? Only when kernel of the phi is my infinite. तभी तो equality maintain करेगी ना यहाँ पे. Is it okay? इसका मतलब kernel of the phi is my infinite, but he said finite. Fine. देखिए मैंने फिर से rank का ही यूज करा. Fine. Now अब आपको चाहिए dimension of your targets to find the dimension of x by kernel. Which things come in your mind when you look about the quotient? This is the quotient group. Fine. So that is isomorphism, and we all knows x divided by kernel of f is isomorphic to the image of the phi. Fine. So that means the dimension of x by kernel of the phi is basically nothing but dimension of the image of the phi, that is the range of the phi. Fine. और अभी हमने क्या निकाला? range of the phi is my 3. phi से भी निकाला ना हमने. So that means dimension must be less than equal to 3. It's a 3 less than 3 equal to, both are fine. Fine. अब exactly कितनी होगी? Fine. And we also know what is the meaning of that dimension is number of the Li vectors. अब इसको निकालने के लिए the given set we are using. You can choose any of the f. Let's say f is my 1. Then what is the value of the phi of 1? F of 1 is 1. First derivative is 0. Second derivative is my 0. Fine. Now if you choose any other number, so let's say it is my x. Fine. I call as a phi 1. Then, or there is no need of the phi 1. Fine. I can simply write as a phi. Okay. What is the value of the phi of x? Again, f of 1 is my 1. First derivative is my 1. Second derivative is my 0. Fine. but you can see it's all about the 1. So I can choose the number like of polynomials, like of this case x minus 1, polynomial x minus 1 cube, all are also the twice differentiable. Fine. Now let's see. Corresponding to this x minus 1, what is the value of the f1? 0. What is the value of the f dash? 1. What is the value of the f double dash? 0. Corresponding to the second case, what is the value of the phi of f? First value is my 0. First derivative is my again 0. Second derivative is my 2. So I can use as a phi divided by 2 so that it becomes a 1. Fine. Now you can see that if I taken as the first value, this is my first, this is my second, these are my 3. What you observe? This is basically my E1, this is basically my E2, this is basically my E3, and all are my allies. And you can see this number is the linear combination of the 1 and 2. Fine. And once this is the ally, fine, once this ally, then what is the dimension of the phi? Dimension of the range of the phi? It is my 3. So therefore, the dimension of this is my exactly 3. So the first is the wrong option. That is the 1 is the right answer. Third is the wrong option of the problem. Because everybody knows that whenever you are looking for the dimension, we always look for the li vectors. Chaliye, look at the next one. Consider the real matrix A, which are the largest eigenvalue, which is a 4 cross 4. So definitely you have the 4 eigenvalues. What is the shortcut tricks, as I mentioned you in my last minute revision lectures? Or you can also see the PY question of the matrix. Fine. If you watch my PY question of the matrix, then you can also observe the shortcut tricks. If you find the sum row, can you find the sum row? 1, 0, 1. If you find the second sum row, 1, 0, 1. Third sum row, fourth sum row is all are my 1, 0, 1. That means one of the eigenvalue must be 1, 0, 1. Is it okay? What is the trace of the matrix? That is the sum of the diagonal matrix. And if you add them, what will happen? It is 57. It's 103. इतना हो गया क्लियर? इसका मतलब इन चारों का सम, all those 4 eigenvalues sum is my 103. फाइन. अब इसकी कोई मर्जी वैल्यू हो, फाइन, डेफिनेटली वो 101 से छोटे ही आएंगी, तभी आपको 101 103 बना के देगा. तो इसका मतलब लार्जेस्ट आइगन वैल्यू विल बी 101 इज द राइट आंसर. फाइन. It's very simple. Otherwise, if you are using the numerical analysis, you can use as a Garg circle theorem. What is suggested you? Lambda minus diagonal value is always be less than of the maximum value of the off diagonal sum. Fine. In चारों से bound बनाइए, and then you can use as the you can find the range of the lambda as well. But there is no need, because you can clearly say 103 is the total sum and 101 is present. A is my right answer of the problem. Because अगर एक आइगन वैल्यू इसमें 113 भी आ गई तो तब तो ये लार्जेस्ट हो जाएगी, पर ये दो नंबर आपको 103 नहीं बनाने देंगे, अदरवाइज इट विल बी द नेगेटिव आइगन वैल्यूज. फाइन. चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन चलते हैं. C is my real valued space. Continuous function fn is defined by this manner. Okay, you, as I mentioned you can watch about my PY questions of the matrix. That is a very beneficial for you. Okay, V is a vector space, inner product space. Which of the following statements are my true? F4 belongs to the V. Okay, ये इसके B में कब जाएगा? स्पैन है. इसका मतलब अगर आप इसको लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन की फॉर्म में लिख पाए तभी तो जाएगा ना ये F3. अगर आपने F4 को लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन में लिख दिया, then it could be the right answer. Orthonormal. What is the meaning of the orthonormal? F और G को आप orthonormal कब कहोगे? जब इसका डॉट प्रोडक्ट 0 आए, सॉरी हाँ, F का डॉट प्रोडक्ट 0 आए एंड F और F की वैल्यू 1 आ जाए. दैट इज माई ऑर्थोनॉर्मल. फाइन. डायमेंशन आपको Li बताने हैं कितने हैं. ऑर्थोनॉर्मल, दिस इज द पेयर ऑफ द ऑर्थोनॉर्मल एंड दिस इज द पेयर ऑफ द ऑर्थोगोनल. orthogonal. This is the pair of the orthogonal. This is the pair of the orthonormal. Fine. Very simple. So पहले मैं यहीं पे सॉल्व कर देता हूं आपको. चलिए सबसे पहले इसको एफ एन और एफ एम की वैल्यू निकालते हैं. इट विल बी 2/pi. Okay, 0. What is the value of the f? Is the fn. Fn is my, बाकी तो constant है with respect to x, so I can use this number. It's a sin nx divided by sin x is a sin mx divided by sin x, and sin square x दोनों से cancel हो जाएगा. Fine. Now what is the orthogonal property? What is the orthogonal property? This 2/pi. अब इसकी वैल्यू whenever n is equal to m हो सकता है और n is not equal to m. Whenever n is not equal to m, the answer is always 0. Whenever n is equal to m, answer is always half of this upper value, pi/2. Integral equation, calculus of variation में हर बार मैंने यूज करा orthogonal property. Fine. This is the orthogonal property. फाइन. तो इसका मतलब क्या हो गया, 2/pi से मैं इसको मल्टीप्लाई करता हूं तो ये कितना हो जाएगा, 1 and 0. इज इट फाइन? इज इट फाइन? नाउ यू कैन सी, फर्स्टली मैं इस थर्ड ऑप्शन को चेक करता हूं. ऑर्थोनॉर्मल का मतलब इफ आई प्रूव दैट f1 and f2 is my 0, f1 and f3 are my 0, फाइन, एंड f2 and f3 are my 0. तो वो आपको यहीं से दिख रहा है. व्हेन यू टेक n and m, अगर n और m बराबर नहीं है, दैट मीन्स n is my 2, m is my 3, ये दोनों बराबर नहीं है, आंसर आपका 0 आ रहा है. तीनों केस में सेटिस्फाइड हो गया. अब नॉट ऑर्थोनॉर्मल. ऑर्थोनॉर्मल का क्या मतलब है, जब आप दोनों चीजें सेम लोगे तो आंसर आपका 1 आना चाहिए, वो आपका इस रिजल्ट से 1 आ जाएगा. इसका मतलब यस दिस इज द ऑर्थोनॉर्मल, बट ही सेड नॉट ऑर्थोनॉर्मल. फाइन. तो सेकंड ऑप्शन आपका करेक्ट हो गया. बिकॉज ये पार्ट बी का क्वेश्चन है तो फर्स्ट एंड थर्ड आर ऑटोमेटिकली कैंसिल हो. But how? Again, we can see that. Now, you can see dimension of the V is a linear combination. तो अगर आप इसको इस फॉर्म में लिखते हो f1 plus f2 plus f3, fine. अब whether it's a part of, whether it's a linear combination or not, so I can start with this inner product f4 and f1. तो क्या हो जाएगा, जब मैं f1 लगाऊंगा तो इसके साथ ये वैल्यू c1 हो जाएगी, f1 के साथ ये वैल्यू 0 हो जाएगी और ये वैल्यू भी 0 हो जाएगी. फाइन. जब मैं f2 लूंगा देन अगेन इट्स 0, तो इसका मतलब ये वैल्यू एग्जैक्टली, और अगर f1 f2 है तो ये वैल्यू 0 आएगी, दैट मींस c1 विल बी माय 0. फाइन. सिमिलरली यू कैन प्रूव दैट c2 इज माय 0. सिमिलरली यू कैन प्रूव दैट c3 इज माय 0. इसका मतलब f4 जो है वो आपका लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन के फॉर्म में नहीं लिखा जा रहा. Fine, because you will get as a c1, c2, c3 are 0. So that means you can never write as a linear combinations. That means f4 is not spanned over the f1, f2, f3. अब जब ये span नहीं है तो they are my li. So what is the dimension of the V? Dimension of the V is my 3. So yes, these are the, sorry, it's a dimension is 2. So dimension is 2, but my right answer is dimension is 3. So the right option is second is my correct answer of the problem. ऑर्थोगोनल प्रॉपर्टी को अच्छे से पढ़िए. फाइन. चलिए लुक एट दिस अनदर वन. V is a vector space. V is a collection of all those polynomial of cubic such that for all those f in the V quadratic form, okay, is a positive definite quadratic form and so on. What is the positive definite quadratic form is Q of f is strictly greater than 0 for all f which are my non-zero. Fine. ये आपके पास होता है पॉजिटिव डेफिनेट क्वाड्रेटिक फॉर्म. फाइन. अब फिर से कैलकुलेशन आसान करने के लिए क्या करें, आपकी चॉइस है, आप a को 1 ले लो, b को 0 ले लो, c को 0 ले लो फॉर एनी वैल्यू सेटिस्फाइड हियर, और आप a को 1 ले लो, b को 1 ले लो, c को 1 ले लो. फाइन. और आप a को 0 ले लो, c को 1 ले लो, b को 3 ले लो. इट्स ऑन योर चॉइस. फाइन. बट व्हाट इज द इजीएस्ट मैनर? कैन यू थिंक अबाउट व्हाट इज द इजीएस्ट वे? Because this is a cubic, I have to integrate cubic. I can take a is 0, I can take b is 0, I can take c is equal to 1, और c में भी the c. तो इसका मतलब आपका v क्या बेसिकली बन जाएगा, c of x. फाइन. बिकॉज आपको f नॉन जीरो चाहिए, आपको इसका मतलब c की वैल्यू नॉन जीरो लेनी होगी. दैट मीन्स एटलीस्ट वन ऑफ देम एटलीस्ट इधर ए बी और सी में से जीरो, कम से कम एक नॉन जीरो लेना होगा. अगर आपने सारे जोड़, if you take all are zero, then f will be zero. Fine, but we need f is my non-zero. Fine. So let's start with this one. So I can choose f is equal to cx. Fine. Then what is the q of f? It is my integration from 1 to 1. First derivative is a c square. So what is the answer is twice of c square. Now for the different value of the c belongs to the r. This number is always greater than 0 and it can never be 0. It 0 only if c is equal to 0. But if you take c is 0, then f is my 0. But we need f is non-zero. इसका मतलब q of f is always greater than 0. Yes, this is my positive definite. But we need a false statement. So that is my wrong because this is my correct statement. Q take every positive real number. Every positive real number. Yes, you can choose c is equal to 1 by 2. Fine. If you choose c is equal to 0.01, you can choose c is equal to 4 and so on. Definitely, Q will choose all those positive real number. Fine. The positive is a very important word. अगर यहाँ पे सिंपल ये लिखा होता Q take every real number, अब तो डिस्कार्ड हो जाता है, नेगेटिव नहीं मिलेगा आपको. तो ये आपके पास क्या है correct statement, but we need a false statement. This option is also cancelled. Q of x is 2. अगर आपका ये every positive real number ले रहा है, that it means it also satisfies this property, but you can also see from this case. Fine. If you take c is equal to 1, definitely Q of x is my 2. It's satisfied, but this is my true statement. I need a false statement. So that means only option which is left behind is fourth option is the wrong answer. And if you want to prove that, again, it's a very simple. I can choose c is equal to 1. For g, I can choose c is equal to 2. Then, what is the value of the q of f? As we have obtained, whenever it's a cx, its answer is twice c square. So according to this, c is my 1, answer is 2, q of g is 4 to your 8. And what is the f plus g? F plus g is my 3x. What is the value of the q of f plus g? So 3 square 9, 9 to your 18. And clearly say the sum of them is not equal to 18. So that is my false statement. Therefore, fourth option is the right answer of the problem. So you can see that all these questions I had explained you in a very simple and easiest manner. I again suggested you can watch about my this playlist and follow my YouTube channel. You can learn many things free of cost. I hope you can like and comment on this video. I will upload the part C on the linear algebra very soon. Till then, you can share this video widely with your friends and like and comment on it. Happy learning always. Best wishes to all of you.